All right, I'm Dave,
I'm Kristen.
and this is Accidental Nonsense, the podcast about anything and everything. So I'm definitely more of a night person now than a morning person. What are you?
When did that switch?
What?
I am much more of a morning person now.
Yeah, I used to be a morning person, 100% all the time. I guess I still kind of am, but I'm definitely more lively during the evenings now. Because if when we post our next podcast, episode 1, when you see it, I was definitely out of it, but I also had COVID, so
Yikes. As far as
it
I know,
was
I haven't gotten
it
it.
was Jake's.
Been pretty
Can you
safe
see my
here.
video now?
Yes.
So you see the little guy?
It's a bit slow. Well, oh yeah, I see him.
The little dude there.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm definitely a night person. So this works out since you're in China again, still, and you can do your mornings and my night. So good morning.
I'm still here.
So good morning and good night to me. All right, we got some stuff to talk about this week. This episode, we're just gonna do I think top 5 Marvel movies, right? But first, what is your biggest pet peeves?
Ooh, when people smack their food.
Yeah, I can't stand that either. Literally,
I have a visceral reaction that comes out of me, and I just immediately get angry. I can't.
I have to leave the room, or I
I
will
do.
throw a table.
There's been times where I've left restaurants early because people are slurping their food too much.
Well, and then you get those people that literally, it's like they're chewing with their mouth closed, but they're chewing like a horse.
Yeah, I don't know how they do
And
it.
it drives you crazy.
You would think they would need air.
Yeah, you think they'd like stop chewing for a minute and just breathe. Mine is definitely, you know what pantyhose are?
Yes.
Yeah, so when women wear pantyhose and then like they have an itch on their leg and they scratch their pantyhose, I cannot
That
stand that
sounds.
sound.
It's like
That
those agendas you used to get in school.
Yeah, that it's worse than that, and it's worse than like nails on a chalkboard. It is like
Right.
scratching pantyhose is the biggest pet peeve on the
Specific.
pet peeve on the face of this earth. Hold up, I gotta move a little bit.
Well,
It's
we
the
don't
worst.
have much
All
time,
right,
so we need to get the show on the road.
all right. I just wanted to kick it off with just a few things. All right, top 5 Marvel movies, and I'm talking about the Marvel movies from like the MCU. Do you know what the MCU is?
Yeah.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What else? Are there other Marvel ones? Oh, I guess like
Deadpool, I guess.
that aren't a part of that.
But I won't don't add Deadpool into it because that definitely will be in my top 5. But start with your number 5, and then I'll say my number 5
Oh,
and
my
so
number
forth.
5. I didn't order them that way.
What did
I
you
would
order them
say,
like? Oh,
well,
you
I
didn't
don't
do
know.
top. I said top 5.
I can do my first one, my favorite one.
No, don't do that. Do start with 5.
I didn't prepare.
We have to have the big reveal. Well, because you see it on Facebook, like people
I'd
like
say
talk about top 5 all the
one
time.
of the Iron Mans, I'd say, would be in the top 5, in the low
The-
5.
The first one?
No, probably I think the second one.
What was the second one about?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was the guy was it the guy with like the whips?
The whips.
There was a guy with like the whips on the racetrack. I don't think I know my Marvel movies as much as I think I do.
I don't think.
Anyways, I chose for my 5th was the very first Iron Man. That's my
very
number 5.
first one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's number 1, isn't it? A lot of people like that one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people have that really high, but I think my number 1's going to surprise everybody.
Oh. Interesting.
Go with your number 4. You didn't make a list beforehand. You were supposed to make
I know.
a
I
1
got
through
busy.
5.
I know.
That's okay. I know
All
you're
right.
getting coffee and stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. I was too busy.
Number 4.
I think my number 4 would be maybe Black Widow. I don't know. I really liked Black Widow.
Black Widow was a good one. I was going to put that in my top 5, but I don't know. There was something about it that I didn't like. I don't know what it was, though. But my number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Either one. It doesn't matter.
you
One or
just-
two. Throw them both in there.
Okay, so that's your 4 and 5 then.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that'll be my 4 and 5. We'll bump Iron Man out of my top 5. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is number 4, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is number 5.
So my number 3 would have to be. It's so tough to choose only 5. I'd say my number 3 would have to be Black Panther.
My number 3. So your number 5 so far is Iron Man, Black Widow, and now Black Panther.
Yeah.
My number 3, which you said you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet.
Yeah,
right?
not yet. So I have to.
So
leave. Or I
that's
haven't.
my
I
number
also
3.
haven't seen. Are we counting Shang-Chi? I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I haven't seen. That's the one I haven't seen yet. I've seen Eternals. I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Shang-Chi.
Eternals either. So I need a lot. I have a lot to
But
catch up.
I don't think Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
I don't think that would be in my top 5 anyways. But Spider-Man No Way Home is my number 3.
Ooh.
So you have to go see that because it was really. I think what I liked about it, without putting out any spoilers for you, is they did a lot of like, old like, nostalgia kind of from the old Spider-Mans that they brought into this one. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which you probably already heard.
Well, I know about the multiverse.
Yeah. So that was really cool. So that was definitely my number 3. All right. Number 2.
My number 2. This one's tough. I think I would have to say. Oof. I think I'd have to say Avengers End Game, although this is close with the top 1.
Avengers End Game.
Yeah.
And that was the very last one, right? When they killed Thanos.
Right,
Spoiler
the big shebang.
My number 2 is Black Panther. So I just flipped that up one from you. So Black Panther was my number 2. So number 1.
Number 1. I have to say, I don't know why it's my number 1. I just can watch it all the time, but I really like Doctor Strange.
I was gonna actually put Doctor Strange in my top 5 as well, but then I was like, I don't think I can. Because Doctor Strange is a good one. I'm actually really looking forward to Doctor Strange, the multiverse one, Madness.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I don't know if you've seen the What If TV show on Disney Plus. Have you?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So they had a kind of bad, deranged type of Doctor Strange in that one, which I think they're bringing into the Multiverse of Madness. So that would be kind of cool. So you have to watch What If to get an idea of that. But
if anyone's listening to this that's like really into comics, they're probably gritting their teeth.
Yeah, they're probably Doctor Strange number 1?
These people don't know anything.
Well, Thor Ragnarok, whatever you pronounce it, is my number 1.
Oh,
and
really?
I just have that number 1 because personally, I thought that was like the funnest movie to watch.
It was pretty fun.
I loved how Thor and Hulk, like how they interacted was great. So that was definitely my favorite. Now, I think my top 5 is going to probably change when Thor: Love and Thunder come out, because that's probably going to be my number 1. And then there's another Guardians of the Galaxy coming out too. So those two. We'll have to do
there's a new Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, also.
Yeah, and then there's another Black Panther coming out. So we'll have to do like a
you know what? I
top
did
5
like
Marvel.
Captain Marvel too.
Yeah,
all good,
Captain Marvel's good too, but I don't think it'd crack my top 5.
It wouldn't crack it.
It wouldn't crack it. But we're gonna have to do a recap on the top 5 once all those other movies come out.
Well, once I catch up on everything.
Well, and you got to see Spider-Man No Way Home. All right, so my top 5 movies, and everybody has their own opinion. Like, I've seen so many people that have Iron Man as like their number 1. But I just never was like an Iron Man fan. So my top 5 was Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther. That's okay. You can still hear me. You got to keep going with it. Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 2 for me. And I bumped Iron Man out of my top 5 just because. What was yours again? Do you remember what you said?
I said one of the Iron Mans. I just threw that in there because I got nervous. One of the Iron Mans, I said, what was my 4th one?
See, I can't remember. That's why you were supposed to write it down.
Anyways, something
Captain
with
Marvel.
Number 4. And then I had Black Panther. I had Black Widow in there. That's what I had. And then I had Endgame, and then Doctor Strange was my number 1.
And Doctor Strange was number 1. See, I don't think you'll probably find anybody that has Doctor Strange as their number 1 or Thor Ragnarok as their number 1.
I'm sure there's someone.
No, we're the only ones.
Or
So this podcast is just like ahead of the time.
New phase.
New phase. All right. So that was fun. All right. That took up 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No,
We have
have
a
you
lot
seen
to
The Servant
discuss.
yet?
No, not yet.
I keep telling
I've
you
just
to
been
watch The
reading
Servant.
books. I've been busy reading all the Twilight books that I didn't read when I was in middle school.
Okay, so The Servant is the M. Night Shyamalan, right? His TV show I've been telling you about.
Right.
New season dropped last night, and I watched the first episode at like 11 o'clock. And for some reason, the episode creeped me out so much that the episode ended, and I just ran straight to the bedroom.
Oh my god.
Closed the door and went to bed. I was gonna stay up and watch
Kept
some
all
more
the
shows.
lights on.
I wasn't even tired, but I was like, I gotta just go to bed because there was something about the episode, and I don't want to ruin it for people who still want to watch it or whatever. But there was something about the episode that just creeped me out in a dark house. I just couldn't do it. So, but you need to catch up on The
I
Servant.
haven't been able to watch intense movies lately. I need like comedies or something light and fluffy.
Well, if you watch it with like a upbeat spirit, I think you'll be okay.
I did recently watch this movie Belfast, and it's about the Protestant Catholic like feuds in Belfast. Drama. It's pretty good.
What's that on?
I don't know. I just got it.
Aren't they paying you to talk about it? No, I'm just kidding.
Not yet.
We're not getting paid for our views.
It's not a sponsor.
It's not a sponsor. All right. So, anyways, that was just off topic.
I've
Watch
got
The
my
Servant.
other list here.
All right. And that's top board games, right?
Right.
All right. Go with your list. You just read them because we
I've
got
got-
9 minutes.
Number 5, Ticket to Ride. Number 4, BS, the card game. Number 2, that's not a board game, is it? Oh well. Number 2, Secret Hitler. And number 1, I'd have to say Catan.
All right. Mine I think number 5 is Monopoly. Always loved Monopoly. And then I'd probably 4 I'd do Clue. I have yet to play Ticket to Ride, but I've been wanting to play it.
It's good.
So that might be my top 5.
Although if
but
you're
4 is Clue.
colorblind, a bit challenging.
I'll figure it out. I am
by
colorblind. We're going to have
colors.
a colorblind episode to support colorblind awareness later on. I would put Secret Hitler's number 3 for me. That's a fun one.
It's a good one.
And then number 2 is definitely Scrabble. I guess that would classify as a board game.
Really? That is a board game.
Would it? It's a board game, right?
Surprised
Yeah.
you
So
put
yeah.
that in number 2.
Number 2 Scrabble. I love Scrabble. And number 1 is definitely Catan. Catan or is it Catan?
I think it's technically supposed to be Catan. I always said Catan because we're in America.
So Catan has definitely
Or-
become our family game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like literally every time we get together, it's just like nonstop.
That's what we do now.
We just do it. It used to be
Morning, basically breakfast, lunch, dinner. Sometimes
it's
in
like-
between.
It's like Catan.
Oh,
Catan.
rough. Well, that's card games. So maybe
That's
we
a
can do
card game, so that
games
doesn't
some other
count.
time.
Yeah, but we used to play Rook all the time, and so. But yeah, Catan's fun, and there's actually a website. I don't know. It's colonist.io, and if you can get on it, you'd
sounds
be
weird.
addicted playing Catan. It's Catan, but it's like an off. It's not actually Catan.
Well,
but
they
it
have an
is.
app. They have an actual Catan app.
It does, but this is way better. Colonist,
Is it?
COLONIST
Sounds like
.io.
something I don't want on my computer.
No, it is great.
Colonist
I have been playing it instead of working so much lately. Don't tell anybody.
Don't let
that.
your bosses hear this.
All right. So I think we're both in agreement that Catan's was it Catan your number 1 too?
Yeah, that was my number 1.
Yeah. So it's just something about it. It's something about it. So we'll have to get Miguel on the podcast to talk about why he gets so mad during Catan.
Yeah, we will. We'll need an hour for that.
And we'll go forward. All right. If you had to pick one superhero to be, who would it be?
Wanda.
From Marvel, because this is a Marvel
Scarlet
episode.
Witch.
Scarlet Witch? Yeah. Okay. I would
badass.
probably
Bad A.
I would probably pick Thor.
Really?
Yeah, I'd pick Thor. Yeah.
You
I
like
think Thor would be cool.
lightning and the big hammer?
I want a big hammer. I
You
want to
just
be able to
want
lift a
a
big
big
hammer. It would either be Thor or Spider-Man, I think. I used to
Really?
like DC.
They're not very
DC-wise,
like. Anyone could like take them out. Maybe not Thor, but So
See, I used to.
you're just going for the theatrics of it. Is
Yeah,
what you like in your superhero.
I used to love like Superman, like hardcore. Like I love
Me
Superman.
too.
But then like for some reason like Marvel just started making all their stuff like 20 times better than DC ever could. And so I just started like cuz if I had to pick like an offbeat kind of Marvel guy, it would definitely be Nightcrawler. You know
Yeah.
Nightcrawler from like X-Men?
Right.
I would definitely be him, the guy who can just like poof and like go places. Right? That's what he does, right? I gotta look more into him. I'm talking about these guys, and then I forget.
Well, I think we'll have to read all the comics first.
And then we'll make
And
a
then
top
come
5
back to this.
comic list. But yeah, I'll just go with Thor then. Thor's mine, or Deadpool, I guess.
It might
I'd like
take
to be
a few
Deadpool.
years.
It'd be cool to be just like torn in half, but then you can like grow your leg.
He
with
can
that.
just come back, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that's kind of cool. So
Yeah, I like Scarlet Witch because she's can do a lot. Like
she
we
can
haven't even
make her
seen the beginning of her
hometown.
powers yet. Hardly. She's pretty intense. And I feel like if
Multiverse of
I was
Madness.
going through something like she was, I would make a fake world so I wouldn't have to deal with my problems, like the show.
Yeah, there you go. And you're just like contain
And
all
then
of it
I'm
in this
good.
little fake world, and
Yeah,
then you're
who
great.
needs therapy when you can construct a
Who
new
needs-
world?
construct a fake world and then like conceal all your feelings and hide them all.
Perfect.
All right. So I told you I have found this card game in the house, and it's called If You Had To. And I think you have a Would You Rather as well, but I'm going to just read two of them I just pulled randomly out of the pack. If
right.
you had to, would you rather cough or sneeze fire, and we'll just say all the time, or steal something from everywhere you go?
All the time you'd be coughing and sneezing fire?
Cough, sneeze, fire, or steal something from everywhere you go.
I'd say the cough and sneeze fire.
Yeah, I picked that one
Stealing
too.
would take so much time. Like you wouldn't want to get caught. So, although it could be something really small.
It could be, but then also you got to think. Then you'll go to prison, but then you have to steal something from prison.
Yeah,
It's everywhere you go. Like I was thinking, I picked the cough and sneeze fire too because I was thinking, like you just go to make a bank deposit, and now you got to steal something from the bank.
that's true. Which
So it
could be
just
a
creates
pen. You could steal a pen.
You could steal a pen, but it creates a whole hassle, and I think.
Well,
it'd be
I
kinda cool
figured
about it.
if I could cough and sneeze fire, I would never need matches. Although I like the making the match.
Well, and
But
unless you have
I could start a fire anywhere.
unless you have COVID, how often do you like really cough and sneeze though? You know.
Yeah, and you could
So-
force yourself to do it. You could be like, and light your
And
candle.
then you're basically a dragon, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a dragon. All right, do you have one?
I have. Would you want to?
Yes, I would. I would want to.
I don't know what that one means. Would you rather have? This is another fire one. Flames shoot from your fingers when you're mad, or ice cubes out your butt when you're sad.
I'm probably more mad than I am sad, so I'm probably gonna go with the flames out the fingers when I'm mad.
So you would
No.
want to happen
Opposite.
more.
Never mind. Opposite. I'm gonna do the ice cubes out the butt when I'm sad
Ice
because
cubes
I'm
out
not
the
sad
butt.
that often.
And it's like little like deer droppings.
Little cubes. So you
coming
just
out
get a
the
cup
butt.
ready.
Yeah. Well, and if you're sitting there, then you just deal with cold, wet pants.
Or what if you like get sad in your sleep, and
You
you
got
wake up
ice
with
cubes on
your bed's all wet?
Yeah.
What would you pick?
I mean, that sounds uncomfortable. I think I'd have to go with the fire, but you'd have to be careful where you got mad. But then
So
if I
you
got
could, like-
mad in public somewhere, I think I just
But
like
then-
fire.
And then people are gonna treat you like the girl from Frozen who just like snapped in public, and then
Yeah,
they thought
except
she was just an
opposite.
evil witch.
Yeah.
So basically, if you mix the two, we're just basically gonna be like coughing and sneezing fire,
Inferno.
and
I'm
then
gonna be like Inferno.
you're gonna be like the dude from Fantastic Four. What was his
Yeah.
name? The Flame? No, Torch, right?
Torch, yeah.
Or whatever it was. So that's
Which
kind of
that's
awesome.
coming out
So
too. They have a Fantastic Four coming out.
There
too.
is a new Fantastic Four. I don't think they released like the cast for it yet, though, did they?
I don't know. It's on the website that I got on when I remembered I didn't write my list.
See, I love all those like Marvel movies. I love like what Marvel's doing, and I keep talking to like Sayla about like how like DC just like can't compete with that, And
No.
I think it's because Marvel's keeping, like, they're casting well and they're keeping the cast and everything. Like,
Yeah.
there's already a new Batman coming out with a new, like, Robert Pattinson, Twilight's Batman guy. So,
Oh yeah, Twilight Batman.
Twilight
Vampire
Batman.
Bat. He likes.
All
the
right,
Batman.
this was a short episode, but the hour free things wrapping up from this website, and so I'm gonna have to purchase more hours too because
We've
20
gotta be
minutes goes by
through
way
all.
too fast. But there is something next episode. I'm gonna talk about Fidel Castro. Did you know that the CIA tried to assassinate him like a bunch of times, and there's all this different like cool ways they tried to assassinate him.
No, I'm looking forward to that.
So we'll do the next podcast. We'll talk about assassination of Castro.
And I will come up with something too.
And you can come up with something too. So we'll have multiple. But I think it's good
I'm
we
a
keep
part
it
of
at like
this
we keep the podcast at maybe like 1 or 2 topics, so then we can add the have that as the title, so then they know what's kind of
Yeah, so everyone knows.
So everybody knows. and then
Everyone's
they can-
hearing our process as we go along.
Yeah, we're gonna get better at this because our first episode I listened to it. We're all over the place.
And now we're on track.
And I also had COVID, and now I'm just sitting down in a cold basement because it's like -7 outside.
just chilling.
And I got all the energy.
Cold too. All right.
You don't live in a house.
I live in a box. basically.
It's a box.
It's
We'll have to
pretty
do
much a souped up
you could-
garage.
for the YouTube channel, you can make a tour of your box, and then you
I
can
will.
post it
I'll
on
give
the
you guys
YouTube
a
channel.
tour of my box. Yeah.
That would be fun. All right, we are literally at the mark, so that's it for this episode. Episode 2 is done. It's a wrap.
Adios, guys.
Got anything to say?
That's it.
That's it. That's it. All right, peace.